never walk this road, then you can talk shit. Gambling with my life, but I refuse to go for nonsense. This the life I chose, this all I know, ain't many options. About to tell the truth, I make the rules like I'm Fleece Johnson.
Hey, what's up? This is Big Lee with Hustler Spirit. What's up, Fleece?
Man, it's a new year and a lot of new stuff getting ready to pop out, especially on this project. New stuff. New catching.
Well, we last video we said we had some new stories for him, and in his defense, I actually have to go through the stories because I made a mistake of starting to record, and he might say something that that he shouldn't say, so I will have to stop it and go back and erase it and all that. But these stories here are just as good and crazy. But man, you told me about. We talk about young people who go. I think in the beginning when we first started doing these interviews, you still had respect and was tied to people in prison in a way where you didn't really want to express what goes on in there, even if you wasn't the one doing it. You didn't want to
No, right.
As far as graping.
Right.
But you told me a story about a 18-year-old that went in there, and I want all the young people to listen to this. The 18 went in there and ran into Paul.
Yeah, Paul.
Tell us about that story, because that's crazy.
Well, contrary to what a lot of people think, they think when you go in prison, everybody wants you. People check you out first. People check out what your crime is, how much time you got, and your medical, if you got a disease or not, right? Then they want to find out if you got family and friends or anybody know you, and where you from, to make sure you ain't related to them, right? Related to somebody they know. So once they get all that on the route, and if you young and you ain't got that family or nothing, nothing like that, people don't really know you, just a little young, cute guy, right? I mean, that's what the girls call you on the street, cute. They're gonna call you the same, right? Cute. And they're gonna call you cute, in a different way. And so this guy named Paul is 18-year-old. See, Paul worked in the section of the prison where he gets to make up the mood sheet. The mood sheet is a sheet that comes out every day. Has a list on all the inmates. Even in there, if you change one cell, they'll have inmate Johnson move from 13 left to 14 right, cell 8. It's on the move sheet, it's approved. And all them moves got to be approved by the administration before you can move. And so if anybody coming in from different prisons, they get a list of who's coming in from what prison. Then we got one guy that find out what their charges are, how much time they got, what county they come out of. Then we get the medical update on them. And all of that, so Paul, he gets first choice. He's been looking for, assistant. But don't you...
Hold on. He's been looking for one.
Yeah, on the 6s on the yard been turning them down because they got millions and stuff, right? And then he don't want to mess with the other ones because they mess with a lot of people, and people don't want to mess with nobody that mess with a lot of people. That's how you get disease.
You want a fresh one.
Fresh, yeah. Somebody he can say he made a woman.
Oh, not somebody that's already gay, but he's gonna make them gay.
Yeah. That's the beauty of the challenge of it, right? So this young one coming, he's 18. So Paul is around 42. So he turned that little boy out. Turned him out.
Walked in a man and left out a woman.
Yeah, but no, he left out. I just listened to the story. So we should see them together. Everybody wanted him too. And then the sisters and stuff went to him and showed him how to douche and shave his legs and act like a woman. You know, they bring him more than feminine. That's Paul's wife, right? And he used to buy him panties and stuff. People that make panties in the penitentiary make them. You know, and he sells them panties and nightgowns made out of 4X t-shirts that comes all the way down, trim it down, resort, put the hanging straps in there. You got a gown. Cause Paul be sucking his nipples and stuff. He done suck that boy's nipple. We used to watch that boy come out. I said, he walking. I mean, he's throwing that big old booty though. I said, look, oh, he got breasts. I said, boy, he must be sucking his nipples hard cause his nipples was just out now. They out like that. You know, just fat nipples like that. And Paul just sucked them good. And so, it went on for 3 years.
Mm.
And I started seeing the boy, and he was in school and took advantage of the education and stuff. He served his time out. And Paul didn't know he was serving out. You know, because he went back to court, right?
Mm.
And some time came up off of him. So they changed his sentence and stuff. And so he left. Well, the whole time he was out, the boy changed.
What do you mean changed? Went back to being a man?
Yeah, trying to be, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he found a girl
Mm.
and dated her. And they got married. And she was pregnant. Well, they was getting married.
Mm-hmm.
They ain't got married yet, but she was pregnant and they decided to get married. Paul got out. It's just like...
Before they got married?
Yeah. 4 years later, he gets out. So he heard that his daughter is having a wedding reception, right? And he's going because he wants to meet the man he's going to hand his daughter's hand to as he walk her down the aisle. I'm handing you over to him for the rest of your life.
Mm-hmm.
You got her? Yes, sir. You know, something like that. Man, when he got to the house, everybody was in there. Mamas, grandmamas, aunties, everybody, her friends, everybody. He come out with his tuxedo on, and it was the boy that Paul fucked in prison.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
The same 18-year-old that Paul turned out, got out of prison, and didn't know that he was getting ready to marry Paul's daughter.
Right.
Now, you know ain't nobody gonna believe that.
Man, they can believe what you want to believe. This is real story. And this is the proof of it. It's on record. And I'm going to tell you how it's on record. You can look the case up yourself. So, I'll tell you that in a minute. So, when Paul, the daughter, like, Daddy, here he is, Daddy. Come over here, honey. Come here. He went over and kissed her. Here's my father. That boy's mouth, he done sucked your daddy's dick. Your daddy's, I mean, excuse me for saying the word, but he done Man, he done had your daddy, man, balls up to the ball, you know, in his butt and in his mouth, right? And she hollering, here's my father. And he's like, his mouth dropped open like, cause his woman, when Paul came, he brought his woman he got with him. And so the mamas and grandmamas and stuff, they looking and they wondering and Paul just went nuts. No way, no way, no effing way. So everybody at the reception is like, what's going on? Why is he upset? What is it? He didn't want to say nothing. And he walked out the house. Now the daughter and them is looking at him, the one that Paul was boning. And like, did you have any, did you know him? And of course he gonna say no, you know, I don't know what's going on, all that stuff. He knows that her father was, man, you was his wife in her. You was his wife. And you out here trying to get you a wife, and it's his daughter, man. And the dude said he wants to get a long time to himself. We called the wedding reception off and rescheduled it or some old stuff they worked out. But he left. He went walking down the street, man. He turned the block, went down another block. And Paul came out on him and killed him. Killed him. All right, well.
How you know it?
I'm going to tell you how. When I get to the end, I'm going to tell you how and all my fans to how you can prove it. So, he killed him. And it was like weeks later before they discovered the body in a dumpster. A month later before he got arrested. And how he got arrested is the boy that he pumped in the butt that was getting ready to marry his daughter had a roommate. And big trash bags full of all the prison letters and writing, you know, because in prison, inmates, like, if I'm in 5-cell house and you in 6-cell house, even though we see each other on the yard, I'm still writing you letters. You know, and we write each other.
Love letters.
Yeah. And then you take pictures in them. That was the time they used to let us have Porter Royal Camel. You know, it's a club room that let the inmate collect money for the club and give the camels, and they'll run up on you. You want to take a picture? $2.50. You know, and you say, yeah, you fill out CPO. They take a picture and give you the picture right in front of you. Now, if you got a sissy or something, and you want to take some nude pictures, you know, well, you can't mail these out or nothing, but, you know, y'all private stuff, and you pay $25, you know, the cameraman, which was a sissy itself, you know, he'll get right up on your legs so you can see the inner, you know, see you say spread it. Spread your buns a little, yeah. Okay, I want to see the balls. Hold up. He'll get right up on your leg, click. He said, boy, them balls is hanging. You want it? He said, yeah, give me another. So I'll give you $25 more and take another. So that boy.
Your ass is crazy.
No, it's a serious business. The boy, Paul, done took all kinds of pictures of them kissing. It wasn't no mention of them having pictures of, you know, intercourse. But the hugging and the kissing and the palming of the butt and the hand feeling him in the front of his private parts and tongue just laid on top of each other. with the mouth open. And roommate had all that stuff. So when he heard he got killed, he took all the stuff to his fiancée. And they hugged and cried. He said, this is his rest of his stuff. It is so hard, I miss it. All that stuff, right? Well, thank you for bringing it over here. I don't know who his family is and all that stuff. Well, I'm his family. So when he left, the daughter finally dumped the stuff out on the kitchen table. Seen all them letters from her daddy to her fiancé. And seen her daddy, seen the pictures of her daddy and her fiancé tongue kissing. And the daddy palming his butt, and the fiancé with her butt pressed up against his private. And with her fiancé gripping her daddy's cock. Gripped it like that. Eddie gripped. And was hugging, their tongue was just laid flat on top of each other, tongue open. All them pictures was there. She screamed. Ah! Here come mama, grandmama, everybody. What is going on with it? Look at this, look at it! And when Paul's mama, his mama, seen the picture of her son, hold up, is this Paul? Oh my Jesus. So that boy you was gonna marry was his girl in the punk in the prison? Oh my good gracious. And you pregnant? You got that thing in your belly? Man, they went nuts. They contact the police. They say, ain't no doubt in our mind he killed Paul. Paul killed that boy. And so police went out and they got him, locked him up. But he got convicted for a lesser charge than premeditated murder. Because they say it's like a crime of passion with mental schizophrenic stuff involved in it, insanity stuff. He came back to prison with 6 years.
6 years?
Yeah. 6 years, bro, from killing that boy. And got
he pleaded out with 6?
He
pleaded out with 6?
He got 6 years.
Mm.
And as long as you try to go insanity stuff, they say the court violated certain rules of law and evidence and certain other things, which took it to an appeal.
Mm.
So all criminal cases in America is in a law book. When they go into appeal, they become, that's what a law book contains, nothing but cases, dozens, hundreds and thousands of cases of people that have committed crime and filed an appeal. And so when you read a case, it'll outline the whole case. Transcript, everything that went forth in court, all that got to be included. The police reports, what the police said and this and that, witnesses' statements, all of that is in there. That's why if you ever want to read a good book based on a true story, go to a legal office and get you a legal book. Just open it up, Southwest. Whatever you from, criminal cases. Just flip the book open and the first story, read it. Who's this person? So-and-so. What happened? They robbed the place. What else happened? They killed three people that mutilated some girl, raped and sodomized, this and that. Okay, here's how they tracked it down. And you reading this stuff. Law books contains stories. If you go back, you want them law books of criminal. If you want to know who's locked up and they get convicted at trial, and you want to know more about their case, and you look it up, and when it becomes in a reporter, you can just get the law book, look up the case number and stuff, and read the whole case, man.
Now you still ain't said how you know. How did you know?
How I know was he came back to prison.
Okay.
And when I seen him, you know me, I talk.
Yeah, I know.
Even to the Ku Klux Klans, and when I see them on the yard, what's up, my Klan brothers? What y'all got on your man today? Hanging? I'll be heading. And they'll laugh, and we run over and we'll talk, socialize. But I seen Paul. Now, he come in, I said, oh my God, look who's back. He said, hey man, police, man, you wouldn't believe it. I said, yeah, I will, man. When you put your property up, come talk to me, man. I said, you hungry? He said, yeah. I said, what you want, bro? He said, man, give me, cheeseburger, man, and chips, man. I want corn chips. I said, what you want, sweet? So I went down the canteen, got all this. We sat at a table, and we talked. So I asked him what happened, man. I said, I'm fan out. And he said, man, I know the police, man. He said, that's one thing I can't say about you. You do mellow. I said, whatever, man. And he told me the story, man. He said, man, when he walked in there, he said, when he came in that room, he said, because he was trying to develop how he was going to talk to the guy getting ready to marry his daughter. Mm-hmm. Set some rules down on him. You better not put your hands on my, how fathers do that, right? Mm-hmm. As long as you do my daughter right, we going to be cool. Right. And I know y'all going to have arguments and all that. We'll stay out of all that, but don't put your hands on her. And he was thinking all them thoughts to tell this man. He was telling me, he said, man, when he walked out and he seen who it was, the guy that even had he said that guy used to lick his butt, man. I said, what you mean? He said, police, he kept his tongue up my butt. And now he got it down my daughter's throat. I said, why did you kill the man? He said, man, son just went through me, police. He said, man, he tricked me when he went home. I didn't even know he was going home. And he didn't tell me he was, serving his time out. He said, I was in love with him, police. I went almost nuts when he left. They told me he's gone home, my baby. And then when I finally get out, he's still on my mind. He said, but I got me a new girl, a real woman. But when I went and see who my girl's getting ready to marry, and he walked out, he said, man, I lost it, man. He said, I'm mad at the bitch for leaving me. And then come out here and turn man and get my daughter pregnant. After I done had my thing in his butt and in his mouth, and he gonna lick my booty. And I said, now listen to this stuff, man. I got a big old mouthful of cheeseburger, man. I listen to this with my eyes. I'm a high too. I kept reading pretty. I'm smiling like, I said, go ahead, man. He said, that's it, man. He said, I killed him. He said, but I didn't know he took all my letters and pictures home with him. Mm. He said, that's what got me, man. He said, nobody, I was getting away with it. I said, nobody gets away with nothing. What man don't know, God do. So ain't no such thing as a crime that nobody know about. Yeah. And so that happened. And it was so sad. So I said, what about your daughter, man? He said, man, she's about ready to have his baby, man. And I said, she gonna get an abortion? He said, don't nobody talk to me, man. I just know she's closer. She might have already had it and all this. His whole family cut him out. Mama, grandmama, aunties, uncles. And they took his pictures of kissing that boy and showed all the relatives and kin people and cousins. Said, we want to know this is what your cousin did to this boy in penitentiary that was 18, man. Got your little cousin pregnant and stuff, man. Get ready to marry her, man. And he done had your daddy's cock in his mouth.
What did it turn him into after that point in prison?
Who?
When
Paul?
Paul, when he knew that he couldn't, he don't want to go back home and they tell, everybody knows about it, I'm pretty sure.
I'm going to tell you, see, look, here's the other part. Well, everybody in prison is hardcore, we hardcore people. They can't, no crime surprise us, right? And so, everybody look, he got his same job he had when he left. He got that job back in the administration building. And he just did his time, man. It just, people didn't care. They didn't know, they wasn't tied up with the boy or nothing like that. They didn't know him personally. And as far as they concerned, he ain't got nothing to do with them, right? So people treated Paul just like he was, but I did hear this, though. Right before I got out, Paul got out. He got out about like 2 years before me. And so I heard that he was on drugs, all this old stuff. That's about it. But I don't know how it turned out. But I do know this part. What he did happens, man. It happens. Picture that. This man 42 years old. Take his young boy and pump him. Pump nothing but cock in him.
Now, did he take it or finesse him like you be talking about?
Finessed it out, whined him out of his butt.
No force at all.
No, I take care of you. He used a little intimidation.
Man, okay, there it is.
All that old stuff,
there
right?
it is. Well, that's great.
Cause some young boys come in, man, and then here's what gets it. Now, you got a family out there. They claim they love you. We love you, Charles. Stop getting in trouble.
They ain't sending him nothing, though.
Oh. But when he gets locked up, they turn it back on him. Well, I didn't do it. He's the one who did it. You're going to have to learn to save money up in case he gets locked up. And so he's locked up and walk into a prison, see everybody in there eating good. Big sandwiches and stuff. That stuff they fed in the kitchen, the state food, nasty. Can't even eat it. And you hungry. Niggas looking at you real hard like that. Next thing, they want to see what you look like when you go take your shower. They say, oh, you go in the shower.
They on the hunt.
Yeah, when they see you taking your shower stuff in there,
yeah,
here they come. Take their stuff off, go in their bed, pull out, and they, plus, they've been working out and all this stuff. They got ripped with muscles. And he's on this soft, tender looking thing, he gonna realize that too. Everybody around you is got legs like tree trunks and stuff, right? Muscles everywhere. And you your little delicate body, little skinny arms and stuff. And they're gonna be looking right at you.
They don't even try to play it off.
No, look you right in the eye, like this. And then when you turn around to wash the soap off for you, they look at that like and your booty is out there like that. Then you hear him grunt. Jesus. And you turn back, you know what they talking about. And it goes on until you give it up, man. It's like And then you got somebody gonna take care of you. Come on over and eat some of this. Thank you.
Then once he do that, it's over with.
Yeah, they already know. When he come over and eat, you know, as soon as he say, yeah, thank you, they know they got it right there. You supposed to say, I'm good, man. And
You ain't supposed to take nothing from nobody now.
no, man, grown, I don't want that crap. And say something like that, but they go over and they hungry. And next thing you know, they do all this. When they get to know you, what you gonna do in the morning? I'm gonna go to the workout, and want you to work out with me? Okay. Take you down there and say, all right, get right and back up now. You squatting this, so I'm not gonna put a lot on her, just a little, and he's in back of him. He said, you gotta arch your back some. Balance your foot. He'll touch his leg right about the button. Now scoot this back some. And his thing is already hard, right? But the boy don't know it. Then you say, okay, I just got 40 pounds on it. I go down, I'm gonna tell you the proper way to do it. And he'll go down with him while he's in back of him. He said, now bounce it off the floor. Yeah, bounce, now go up. Put that now can you feel that? He said, yeah. He said, hold on, let's do this again. And then sooner or later, he'll feel his thing, you know, touch his butt. He ain't gonna say nothing though. But he knows, and then he's taking care of him every week, right? Make sure he, you know, and got him moved right in front of him where can't nobody get to him but him, right? And they together every day, and then next thing you know, he's sucking his nipples. And the boys there.
Man, he had already be sensitive.
Look, I'm telling you, these boys, they come in these prisons, y'all get locked up young, man. And look at yourself. I mean, y'all pretty. I seen a whole lot of young guys out here that in penitentiary would be considered cute, man. You have to fight, bro. And if you can't fight, man, they got that. Yeah, you're going to be sandwiched between, man, and they'll pass you. But if you got some good butt, they'll keep you. And so, a lot of guys try to be slick. These young guys going on and be like, I'm just going to find somebody that's going to take care of me. And ain't going to have me walk around looking like a sissy. But, you know, he can have me all he wants, as long as he don't call me a girl in front of people.
Because when he get out, he going to go back to being a man.
Well, he thinks so, right? Yeah.
This is the question I wanted to ask you. It was actually a question that was asked in the comments. It's been in the comments off and on for a while. How do you know all these stories? I think they just want to know the answer. All these stories with these crazy people and these gay people in prison.
Ridiculous question. Nice, legit questions. It's funny that I would be asked something like that. I mean, man, look, I did 40 years, man. You think I didn't experience nothing? And plus, I was a hell raiser in there. So I'm always in a hole. I did 12 years in a hole, flat, in isolation. I broke a record. I've been in dungeons and all that. I've been every prison they put me in. Soon they take me there, they put me straight in the hole. Because they know what I'm getting ready to do. So when I'm in these prisons, man, as I get out of the hole, I get to see what's going on in there. People already heard of me, or they know of me. So, and I like to know what's going on. Especially in a place that I felt at the time, I'm going to spend the rest of my life here. And I already sent that message to the street. I'm never getting out. I growed up in here as a child, man. This is my home. And I felt like that. I can do what I want in my home. Everybody else come to prison, you have to go by the rules and regulations. Me, I look at it like this is my home. I go by my own rules, my own regulations. And when all them street gangs coming up with their little street codes and rules, them is for you. And the people that follow you. I don't go by street codes or nobody's rules. Like, hey man, like I told my agent, they got a thing in prison called prison entertainment. What is prison entertainment? It's sitting back, putting cables on each other, other people to fight, to argue, to do something stupid.
To entertain.
To entertain them.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's a lot of that goes on in prison. Jealous people to see you trying to do things right, you get ready to go home. You already told your people, look, man, I'm done, man. I'm in school. I graduated. Now I'm in a trade. I just graduated that. And I go up for parole this month. And then somebody jealous of you that ain't never getting out, that ain't doing the right thing, gonna put cables on somebody to fight you. Knowing that when you get in a fight, that kills your chances of making parole, man. And you be sitting around, somebody run up on you and pop you in the head. Fist fighting. And before you can let loose on him, you got him on the ground, get ready to stomp him out. The guards is there to break it up. Y'all go to the hole. You in your cell wondering, man, what's going on? Why did dude jump on me? Most of the time, the administration, they know stuff, right? Like in this case, they knew. They knew the guy, the inmate, was doing good. They know he didn't stay in trouble. He didn't hang with these gangs. He got school, trade. And they know he did not do nothing to promote this dude to fight him. Okay, when he went up there, now he got to face this. I ain't never been a rat. I ain't ratting on nobody or nothing like this. But when he talked to them, he told them, this dude just ran up on me and swung on me. And I think somebody paid him to do that. I talked him into it for whatever the reason. And they agreed. And they dismissed their charge against him, but kept the guy in the hole. But by all the inmates' account, he's a rat now.
Mm-hmm.
And so
what was he supposed to say?
They say he was supposed to say nothing. I don't know why he swung on me or something like that, right? And which he did say that part, but he said he thought somebody paid him or something, had him do that. And so everybody said, you a rat. You a rat.
Fleece, we said we was gonna do these new stories. I don't think anybody's heard this. I don't remember hearing it. It's another crazy story. Man, tell us about County Man and Pinky. County Man and the sissy Pinky.
Man, it goes back where I told y'all I come out of projects. West End projects in Louisville, they call it Southwick, Little Africa. Hard down there. People hard. Good people though. That was the best years of my life in the projects, man. Ain't nothing like it, man. Parties every night, everything. Everybody know each other. Mamas and stuff. Everybody had 8 or 9 mamas. I had the whole neighborhood mama. Every mama like me. So, when I left the streets as a child, we didn't have gangs and all this stuff, right? Street gangs like Crip, Blood, and all this stuff. After I've been in prison for a while, probably 15, 20 years. They brought him in. I started hearing about these Crips and Bloods and different other gangs, right? Now this dude County, man, he's came out of my projects. He's a pal. Powell. You know, there's a lot of pals in Louisville. And all of them hardcore, gangsters, bottle killers, all this stuff. Fighters, money getters. Well, County, man, when I ask somebody what's happening, you know, when you locked up, you want to know what's happening in your hood. Give me some news on the streets, man, what they doing. So, over on 32nd Street, County, man, created what he called 3-2. That's 32nd, that's what it is, 3-2. And they was a first family. Is what they call themselves, the first family. Gangs. Little young guys, thugs, man. And he was their leader, man. He's supposed to be considered harder than anything ever come through the project. I said, well, what's his name? They said, County Man. I said, all right. He ended up coming to my prison. And most of his little gang members came out of 3-2. They play basketball. You know how you come in, you got to see if you can hoop and all this shit. Anybody in your little clique, is he a boxer or anything? Well, County got in and about 8 months in, everybody's like, County, what's up, nigga? All that stuff, you know. And County had a ball game on it, man. He was half court, Steph Curry type stuff, right? He was good on them threes. So, this white sissy coming on. Surprised everybody, man, that a man can look at pretty that much like a woman, right? Without makeup or anything, right? That sissy looked just like Wonder Woman. Had a big black girl's butt, man. Big thighs and small waist and cute. And County ended up with him, right? So, everybody said, man, what's up with this?
Who named the Pinky?
I don't know who named him Pinky. That was his name. He was a sissy already.
Oh, okay.
He didn't come in like a man turned to a sissy. He was already a sissy.
All right.
And had real long blonde hair, man, come all the way down his waist. And he had sat there and fluffed his hair back. Everybody was looking at him and said, man, I want him. Nigga, that's the real next best thing to a woman. Nigga, that's a woman, nigga. Nigga, I don't care if I gotta tape his nuts to his stomach. Nigga, I'm getting in there. And so, you know, everybody wanted him. So County had it fixed where he had some of his little gang members be around a sissy all day. Can't nobody talk to him.
They was watching him for.
Yeah, watching him and I say, hey, Pinky. They say, hey, man, nasty. I said, it's off limits. They say, I said, all right. I'm mad about this, man, because I get what I want in here, right? And this nigga coming from my city, considered a gangster, whatever.
A real player.
And so I started watching the sissy, man, with his shower bag and all that stuff, right?
Watching for what?
Because I'm getting ready to do something. I'm getting ready to go sneak something in his shower bag, right?
I mean, what you care about it?
Yeah, because I want it.
Oh, okay, you okay.
Yeah, I want to break it up, right?
You a hater.
Yeah, you call it whatever. I'm somebody, I'm a player. A player, nigga, a butt getter. I'm booty man, man. Booty man want that booty, man. I'm gonna get it. I don't have to fight this nigga, man. I ain't with all that. My little crew in there, we would have smashed them.
I thought you didn't have a crew.
Yeah, I had a crew if I need a crew. You got people
You
like
didn't run with one.
No, I didn't run with one, but people like me. If I needed backup, nigga, I got the whole penitentiary, especially in white boys, man. You know, I'm like, Ku Klux Klan brothers, I call them. Well, when I learned the daily routine, I had a sissy to talk to Pinky and find out, how they have sex and all that. So Pinky told the sissy a certain type of lotion mixed with oil that's the only thing County like using when he have sex because it smells good, right? And when he pull his thing out, he don't want to smell like, duty. All that old stuff. So, you clean, it ain't gonna smell like it in, but he don't know none of all that. But I knew the bottle. So I took some jalapeno juice, a whole bunch of it. I'm talking about that real hot stuff, Well, you soak that jalapeno, them red things in. I did all that. So I got to figure out how to get to his net bag and put this in that bottle and shake it up. So when they have sex, yeah, County gonna think something the sissy did it, sissy gonna think County did it, and they gonna fight, right? They gonna break up. This is gonna be funny too, so I got a distraction, went over, I pulled a lot of their stuff out, about half of it, filled the rest of it up with this stuff. Shook it up like that, real good, set it down, right? So, I watched Candyman show off on the basketball court. They threw the ball, he threw the ball. County half court, 3. I ain't County. He did like that. All that old stuff, they think they were real LeBron, 3-2, baby. And he said, okay. That's that game symbol stuff. Well, when the game was over, everybody gonna get ready to go take a shower. Everybody grabbing their shower bags, putting their stuff in, hey man, good game, man. Yeah, you lost, nigga. What's up on that dunk? Man, I went up over you, all that, and they on their way to the shower. Well, County go back out as Pinky. And so they go in the back room. He gonna get him some stuff before he go in the shower, right? And all that sweat and stuff, Pinky, they go in the back room. So Pinky shook the stuff up, and pulled it all over his penis, just covered it, and then squirted something all around his crack. And County went up in him. Man, I said these are bleachers, man. I know they gonna have sex back there. I just wait, man. I'm sitting up there. It's been there a while. I said, man, maybe they ain't doing nothing. I seen County break out of there, right? He has his shorts, gym shorts on, and he had a towel, a wet towel dripping water. They got a sink back there. A wet towel drinking water, he got a whole bunch of cold water, the whole towel wrapped around his nuts and balls and everything. And he run into the shower, right, holding his stuff, jumped up and down, all this, he's on fire, man. His thing is on fire, man. And I'm waiting on the sissy come out. And then the gym man that works in there, he's a gym man plus a guard, He making rounds and he went back there. Then I seen a lot of guards run back there, right? He knocked Pinky out.
What?
Yeah, knocked her out. She laying back there with all that hot stuff coming out of her, right? And holding, jumping around like, I'm burning, and sad, all this. So, I got word of Pinky at the hospital. I sent, notes down there by inmates and a nurse.
Mm-hmm.
I said, give this to Pinky, man. Here's a card, sympathy card. I hope you get well, all this stuff, right? Come talk to me, I got you and all this, right? Learn to me, right? So, Pinky got it all, right? So, he said, yeah, he's done with County and all this stuff, right? And, he'll go for it, right? So I sent the message to County, man. Hey, look, man, that boy don't want you no more. And I told him, yeah, he can be mad, and you don't have to worry about no nigga on his yard. And a little crew of yours, you better tell him. So I got the word to him on all that. And Callie sent word out there, no, he ain't going for it and all this shit, right? He's in love. And then it was a big thing, man. We were waiting on him because he picked up some time in the hole.
Who did?
Callie.
Oh, okay.
And he kept picking up time, man. And people was like, what is he doing, man? You know, what is he, slick checking or what? You know.
What's that?
I mean...
purposely getting in trouble so he ain't got to come back out?
Yeah, so you don't have to come back to the yard and stuff like
Slick
that.
checking.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Pinky came out and was with me every day, right? I said, you be cool. Boy, he got some butt, man. And I told her, sis, yeah, I did it, right?
Oh, you did?
Yeah. He said, you did? You know, after I hit him about 5 or 6 times, you know, he's my girl now, right? I said, I'm the one that did it. I slipped that in your thing called, I wanted you that bad, right? I said, but, I ain't like County anyway, man. He's first family. He ain't supposed to be representing, because them young guys, if you lead him, you're supposed to lead them right, man. You ain't supposed to let them know you out here fucking ass and all this and claiming to be gangster, right? And me, I can do what I want because I'm not affiliated with no gangs or nothing. But if I'm running a little gangster clique, I want to represent for my people, man. You know, I'm going to set an example. This is how we got to be, bro. You know, but I'm alone. You know, I ain't part of no gang or crew, so I do what I want. If you don't like what I do, don't speak to me or come around me, man. I show the same respect. If you want to go deeper than that, we can go there, you know, so.
So how did you lose Pinky?
I gave him up.
You gave him up?
Yeah.
You did all that for him, then gave him up?
Yeah, after I hit him about 2 or 3 weeks, man, he was too much, man.
What you mean?
Hey, look, that sissy booty was driving me nuts, right? And I said, no, damn. Boy, it was so good, man. And just to see this big old black thing go in and out of him. Hey, I want to get something straight.
I was going to say, that's enough of that.
I want to get something straight, though.
Yeah.
This is to the Blade people, right?
Oh, Lord.
No, I just want to say something to him and what's that guy's name got that big broadcast?
Adam 22.
No, Adam, not Adam, the one that got it bigger than Adam. Was talking about, see if I want to get on his broadcast. Steve something. Steve Howard Stern.
Howard Stern, yeah.
This is directly to you, Howard Stern, for real. I'm an intelligent guy, man. I'm not the type, when I did little small interviews with your people, say whatever. My type, I don't just chase booty. I don't go for anybody. It's so much disease. You think I did 40 years being stupid and came out with nothing, not contacted with nothing? Good health. You think I did all that time and I'm dumb? You know, and your team kept asking me, if you want to get on Howard Stern show, what if, I'm going to let you talk to this guy and that guy. People like that, I wouldn't even speak to in public, man. You know, I don't get booty like that. If I have sex with somebody, man, it's going to be discreet, respectful. You know, and that person's going to have common sense, man. I don't do it. I just wanted you to know personally how I was starting. You know.
Y'all have a good evening. Like and subscribe. We'll be back next week. Peace. Hey, what's up? It's this Big League with Hustler Spirit. What's up, Fleece?
Man, a lot of I have answers to questions.
Okay.
That's what I got in this video, some answers to real serious answers, right? I mean, if anybody should know, it should be me. 40 years in penitentiary, from a child all the way up in one of the worstest prisons, the most racist prison, the most sexual, sexual prison. You know, with a lot of gay stuff happening, people getting raped and so, but here's the most, if anybody got the answer to this question, it's me. I've been asked so many times, how does a person become a sissy in the penitentiary? It's just a question, but it's one of the most important questions. And nobody can answer that but me. And the only way I can answer it is to tell you a story about a person who answered that question for me, myself. And here's why it's an important question, because you want to know, was the person already gay before he came to prison, hiding it, and then under pressure let it out? Was he beaten to the point where he just gave it up? People ask that question. It's an important question, right? And because it answers that question. Was they gay before it happened? Or have they had gay experience in their past where they knew that they can have, do it? I'd rather go on and do it. I done did it before. It's been like 8 or 9 years, but I know how to do it, so I ain't gonna lose my life. Here, take it. People want to know, is that the way it went down? No. I wondered myself. This guy that I'm going to tell you about, I ain't going to give his last name, but I'll tell you his first name was James. And let me tell you, he was about 5'11". I put his weight around 160, somewhere around 58, 60. He wasn't muscle. Matter of fact, he had long hair, pretty smooth skin, man. It looked like it glowed. He had that long hair when it come to the shoulder. Sexy stuff. In prison, that's sexy. And he had a face to go with it. Just beautiful looking man. Just had feminine looks like it. No mustache or none of that. Cat eyes. He had a booty. I seen him in the shower. I even desired him. I said, good God Almighty, look at them thick thighs on him and that booty just sitting on his back like buck cans, right? And next thing I know, but then nobody know him. So now everybody in prison that is into that type of sex is trying to get to know him. He had no rap. He knew. They tried everything in the book against him. Threats, intimidation, tried to get him in debt. He wouldn't allow none of that. None of that. They threatened, they had people look like King Kong ran up on him. You gonna be with one of us. He said, I ain't gonna be with none of you. Get on out of my face, man. What? When you come out of your cell, he said, I'll be out. And he came out and walked up on him, what's up? Dude said, well, the guard, and forget the guard, here I am. This dude, man, they pulled weapons on him. They even went like he Scrabble. And One dude knocked him down about 3 times. Get up, punk. He said, I'm gonna get up. And he got up. Dude got up like that, wobbling. Dude said, yeah, you gonna beat my girl? He said, no, I'm not. Knocked him down again. You gonna beat my girl? He said, no, I'm not. Got back up. And then some more dudes got in and said, man, get off of him, bro. You know, dude ain't with that, man. They admired him, they respected him. He never, ever became a punk. Because he wasn't one when he came in. And he's not going to leave out as one.
Right.
That type of behavior to him is a no-no. You can knock me down, stomp me, beat me, threaten me. It ain't going to happen. And he defied him. And he was one of the prettiest ones that stepped in that prison, you know, as far as a man looking like, you know, a woman halfway, right? You know, second to a woman. But he said, no, I'm not a punk. I'm not a punk. I wasn't one when I came in. And I'm not going to go out as one. That right there, that's the only person I know a case on out of my 40 years that I witnessed this. He never endorsed I became. So it aroused another question. Okay, Fleece done proved something. Yes, I have. But it now we to the strangling part right here. What about the ones that became a punk in prison? I go all the way back to him, James. I wasn't one when I came in, and I ain't gonna be one going out. The ones that let their hair down in the penitentiary was already a punk. They done already went through something in their past, maybe childhood or something, where they endorsed in it. Yeah, their past. It happened somewhere in their past where they grew out of it, and then when they get in prison and get put under pressure, they remember, I done already did this before. You know, so I do it in her. And when they said other sisters talked them out of their booty, it was the other sisters that recognized the feminist tendencies in them. And sisters sat back and they look and they can tell if a man done something before. They done had many men. And they know, so when them guys come
Hold on. You said they could sit back and watch. Was you able to sit back and watch?
Yeah,
okay.
I could do that. But this one particular, I thought he was, man, he gonna be a girl. And I'm like, I don't care whoever gets him. I'm gonna get him out of their hands, right? Hey, he gonna be mad, right? That dude said, no, I didn't come in here as gay and I ain't leaving out as gay. And he stood as a man, period. And he stood as a man, tall, you know, furthest. I don't care if you whoop me 1,000 times, I'm not gonna submit to that.
So what you saying, the ones that get took come in gay?
The ones that get taken has already been taken. This is a retake. It's all it is. Cause if you really don't want to indulge in that, you'll take whatever little ass whooping you got coming and still won't do it. You know, you'll look at the ass whooping as part of your punishment for being in prison, rather than giving your butt up to somebody. So there's a lot of people feeling sorry for these people in prison. Somebody took it. How can you take somebody's butt? Remember James? I just told you about
Well,
James.
you talked about the big dude that grabbed somebody and...
Yeah, all that stuff. And choke him. James said, James been through that. He done been grabbed and choked and everything. Said, no, I'm not doing it. The dude said, I'll choke you out. Well, do it. You got that. I'd rather you do choke me out. And they respected that. Nobody would, hey man, he don't mess around. Leave him alone. He got respect, man. But the ones that go on and bend over and spread their cheeks, hey man, they didn't get taken. They gave it. They done been tooken. These are the tooken that claims that somebody is taking them. I go to prison and I remember James. He said, I didn't come in here as a gay and I ain't leaving out gay. I'll beat you to death. He said, do it. You got that to do. Beat me to death. I don't, man, you can remember him. He ain't giving it up. So, how can a person stand in your face and say, well, you know, we understand as a child you can be all that. But as a grown man in prison, where you know right from wrong, and you in a situation where somebody is talking about taking your life if you don't give them your butt, and you stand up and get butt naked, dog style, let him poke you.
That means you wanted it.
Not only wanted it, you done it before. You know, and you know how to do it. Cause I remember this one guy that I did, he said, let me use the bathroom first. He know how to clean himself out. He done did it before.
And you know it because of what he said?
Yeah, just about it. You know, he know how to prepare himself to be poked. And so you got him in prison, and then they'll claim people sit around and see a guy with a sissy. See, them sissies in there can see through men, right? I know he's gay. Next thing you know, they together, and next thing you know, they kissing. They went from him just doing him in the butt to now he's kissing. Somebody would say, man, I saw him kissing that sissy, man. And then, next thing you know, he's doing it in front of people. So
when they kissing, they done already did the other stuff.
Man, if you kiss one, you gonna do anything they look. It's a lie to hear somebody say they done kiss one and won't do nothing else. I don't care what they say, man. It's so much of that. It was so bad in prison, the gay stuff, that the sissies was rattled bad. They said, girl, we can't even find a man in her. They was looking for a man for them, but all of them was coming to them as sissies. Instead of them poking the sissy in the butt, they was sucking the sissy's dingling, and the sissy's doing them, and they walking around getting credit like, that's your boy, yeah, that's my baby. But soon he get around the corner, he get on his knees and suck his baby. You know, I bend over and his baby poking him, and the sissy don't feel good about it because they looking for a man. They want a genuine man, a man that they can say, I'm a girl, but I got a real man, right? They call a real man somebody that just, you know, you might kiss him.
I know, but how you got a real man and he's indulging?
I mean, that's how the day fantasy thing is, right? And, you know, like you got sissies out there that chase after real women men. If I can get a man that a real girl got, then that make me feel like I'm more of a woman, more than her and all this. They trip like that. And they go after the real man. They're like one of them managed to get Teddy Pendergrass back in the days, one of our R&B singers. he got caught in a wreck with one in his car, right? And
Allegedly.
Yeah. Well, she was in the car, but them having an affair, that's all news stuff. But the point of the matter is, in prison, you know, you got guys that they want society to say, somebody took his booty. For real. You actually think a real man gonna give his booty up? A real man. Do you think, as any real man, where would they go with that? They'll be just like James. Man, I ain't never did this in my life. And so he talking about he gonna stick his thing in my mouth or in my booty. Man, you better kill me. Yeah.
But you talked about some men get overpowered.
Man, listen.
And you hit them, they used to the pain, that turns them on.
I know a guy, like I said, I know guys that been drugged in our. Now, they was drugged. And while they was out, dude all up in his bowels, you know, pumping hard, you know, grease and everything, popping like a skillet, like you frying something in a skillet, grease. You know that baby oil be popping out in bones, man. And then when dudes get up, you can imagine when you wake up, you got all this wet stuff back in your crack, right? Now you feel like, I know I'm a man.
That should ignite a killing spree.
Man, dude sat there with his head down and he cried.
Because he killed somebody.
No, he ain't do nothing. He ate him up. Dude walked in there. He said, man, did you do this, man? He said, yeah, nigga, I went in you. And took his thing out and put it in his mouth. And dude felt like, but I question it. I remember James. You can pop and break his jaw, man, and he ain't doing nothing. So, do you really believe? Even if you overpower him, you got some of them to wake up and say, no, man, I'm going to revenge myself for this, and I'm still not no punk, you know. But the ones that accept it, that walks around switching, put on panties, shave their legs, and arch their eyebrows. And just like I told you about Luke last week, where he was on a visit, and his mama came out there and said, Oh,
they said you got that story from a TV show.
No. What TV show?
I think they said Prison Break or something like that.
Shit. Hey, you know what? I got 40 years of incarceration, and beyond that, I got 8 years juvenile. You know, in juvenile detention, not adult. So you take the 48, well, you might well say 45 plus 8. That's how much time I done in the prison.
About 53 years.
Yeah, and I'm only 68, so subtract that. That's
17.
how long I've been out here in the world. Now, but there's the thing. I done seen it all. I done seen things no eyes done seen. So if anything, the TV show, if there is such a thing as a stereo.
That's where they get the TV from, real life stuff that done happened.
Them people get it from me. I don't get nothing from them. I tell y'all what I done experienced, right? Matter of fact, all you gotta do is Google Kentucky State Prison. Just Google that. Google it on your phone, Kentucky State Prison, and see what they tell you about it. Just Google Kentucky State Prison on your phone. It'll bring the prison up that I was in, and it'll tell you the story, the history of that prison. That prison was so bad that when they had the electric chair going after the emancipation, the youngest child they executed in the electric chair was a 13-year-old black girl.
It was an article, but it didn't say she was in electric. It said it was a hanging, wasn't it?
Yeah, they had public hangings and everything right there.
It wasn't in the chair. No, I don't think they was electrocuting people at that time. I think she was hung.
But they killed her.
Yeah.
And that prison has a reputation from them days on, racist. One of the most racist prisons you ever been in. I'm the one that broke all that up. I'm the one that said, no, I'm not going to sit in the back of the kitchen. I'm going to sit anywhere I want in this kitchen. I go in any land I want to go in. And I broke through all that cutter lands. I did all that in there while y'all out here in society fighting for who sits on the bus. I'm in the penitentiary fighting on getting the same rights as the white man in there. That's where all my battles come from. So it's absurd for anybody to sit here and ask what I get my stories. Man, I get it from my experience.